Video about how to properly shampoo and condition, which feels crazy, right? Like we've been shampooing and conditioning our hair for our entire lives, but there are some tips that I want to share. Please ignore my heatless rollers. The baby's down and I'm trying all the things while he's sleeping. So with Monat, it's very highly concentrated. And I say that because there are a couple things that are gonna feel a little bit different than if you're using an over-the-counter product, especially something that has more parabens and sulfates and things that are gonna make it super lathery right away, which is not gonna happen with this. So to start, you want to get in the shower, obviously, and completely saturate your hair. Now, when you have something that's highly concentrated, that means what? It means there's not as much water. It's not diluted as much. So that water is going to need to come from the water that you're putting onto your hair in the shower before you start applying the shampoo. Now, once you're completely saturated, you've kind of, moved your hair around, sectioned it, opened it up, making sure that you're really getting that water, especially, in those hidden spots in the back of your head that aren't going to get the water hitting it unless you're really moving your hair around. Then you're going to take your shampoo. Before you put it into your hand, you want to give it a good shake. There's active ingredients in here. You want to really make sure that you mix it up first, and then you're going to apply a nickel to quarter size amount. I always start with the nickel size to not over distribute the shampoo to one area of my head more than the others. Sometimes we have a habit of just going in, and then you use everything that's on your hand in this top section, and then there's nothing else to get dispersed to the areas that are actually thicker and have more hair follicles, which is in the back of your head. Okay, so you have the nickel size, and if you need to add more, you can add more later. You're gonna start rubbing. That's not quite ready yet. You're gonna really wanna emulsify. It is white, activated, really white, right? Okay. You can already see that it's starting to wanna disappear a little bit. It wants to absorb. It is designed to absorb into the deeper layers of your hair strand. Okay, so you've got it activated. You're gonna scrunch, right? You're gonna separate your hair. You're gonna focus on your scalp, not just coating that hair strand. This isn't about your hair strand so much, it's about your scalp. We're cleaning the scalp. So scrunch, 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 rub, 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 move all that product that was still on your palms up to your fingers. Use a different section of your hair, get in at the scalp there, and keep doing that until you've moved all the way around. Now, this is not going to lather the way you're probably used to, especially on the first shampoo. This first shampoo is going to remove buildup, remove oils. It's really going to cleanse the scalp and the hair at the scalp. Then leave it on for a couple minutes, rinse it thoroughly. Once it's rinsed, if you're doing other things in the shower, like shaving or washing your body or something, before you do the second shampoo, and yes, you want to always do your second shampoo, then you're gonna want to make sure that you've really saturated your hair again. If you were kind of hanging out, we're gonna do it again. Again, just a nickel-sized amount to start. If you've kind of dispersed it and there's not much on your hands left, and you still have an area of your scalp that hasn't been, not yet, hasn't been cleaned with that second wash yet, you're gonna wanna just put maybe another little dime size or another nickel size, but no more than a quarter size in total per wash, okay? Activated, super white, activated. Okay, now you're gonna do the same thing, making sure that you really separate the hair, focus on the scalp. This time on the second wash, you will start to see that lather. Your hair's already been cleaned, that buildup's been removed. Now the second wash, all these active ingredients are actually gonna be able to absorb in because they have gotten past that initial barrier. Again, once it's done, you're gonna wanna wash it completely out. Make sure you give it a really good rinse. And then, I don't know why, but for so many years, I didn't have this healthy habit with conditioning my hair. My hair would be completely drenched when I would apply the conditioner. Don't do that with this, okay? You're gonna wanna twist off the count. Again, nickel to 1/4 size amount. This is focusing on your mid strands through the ends of your hair. If you have short hair, nickel size amount is probably gonna be more than enough. If you have really long, really thick hair, 1/4 size may be what it takes. Again, I always start with the nickel, start working it through. If it seems like it needs a little bit more, you can do that. But before applying it, you wanna really like squeeze that water. You're trying to remove like 50% of the water. Squeeze the water, whatever you can get out of it first, then rub. You don't have to emulsify like the shampoo, it's not gonna lather. Just kind of give it a little rub so you're dispersing it throughout your hands. You're not putting one big clump in one area of your hair. And then use your fingers to kind of comb it through. And then you're gonna wanna leave it on for, again, a couple minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. You're gonna notice it's absorbing in. It's not feeling like it's coating the outside, because it's not. It's actually getting in to those inner parts, that cortex of your hair strand. I personally like to use a wide tooth comb or a wet brush, and the type that you can see through, not the type that has that like soft padding on the back, because that's not as easy to keep clean if you're constantly getting it wet. This feels more sanitary to me, personal preference. You wanna, usually longer hair girls need a little comb through. Do it while the conditioner's in. Your hair will have more give, it'll have more slip, less damage than, combing tangles out or whatever when there's no conditioner in there. This is also helping to really distribute all of the product all the way down from the mid shaft down to the ends of your hair. After a couple minutes, rinse it out and you're done. Okay, I know some of this might seem self-explanatory, but really shaking the bottle, really emulsifying, really pulling that water out before the conditioner, those are all tips that are gonna make this wash experience so much better. Okay, thanks for listening.